Yeah. Y'all know what it is.
Y'all know.
Thursday, once again, ladies and gentlemen, all your pronouns. It is Thursday, once again.
Best day of the week.
Yes, indeed.
I tell you, it's the best day of the week.
So, man, listen. It's been a weird little couple weeks. It's been a little weird couple weeks.
Weird?
Been busy.
Oh my gosh,
Family, we got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Sister baby shower.
Yay, Tay!
Yeah, man.
Yay, Tay.
It's been something. Welcome, one and all to Dating University. I am your co-host, Charles, along with my co-host,
Professor Briittany.
Yes, indeed.
We're here.
Yes, this is Dating University, where we discuss the good,
the bad,
and the ugly.
Yes. Of all things, dating and relationship.
There you go. Yeah. Yes, indeed.
I was mesmerized by the green. So for all of you that don't know, pink and green is my favorite color combination for obvious reasons. So I have to shout out my co-host for coordinating with me today.
Well,
you look great.
I mean,
you look
great. Thank you. That's you, man. That's huge. For all our podcast listeners, yes, I am in green, and co-host Briittany, Professor Briittany, is in her pink as per usual.
No other color soothes my soul.
Right. So welcome, one and all. Thank you for tuning in. Good morning, good afternoon,
yes,
good evening, wherever you are. All our podcast listeners on Apple Podcasts.
Hi.
On iHeartRadio.
Hi.
On Spotify.
Hi.
We welcome you.
Yes.
Tonight is a very, very special episode of Dating University. If you tuned in last week, Professor Briittany interviewed me, Professor Charles, because we've gained quite a few new fans and followers from across all of the spectrums, from audio podcast listeners to liking our pages, that sort of thing. So
yeah,
I mean, you guys have been amazing for real. Like, y'all just started liking us, and we were all on hiatus. We weren't dropping anything.
Living our best lives. Look, that's life. That's life.
Yes, absolutely.
That is life, and we are unapologetic about it.
Daggone right. We Simone Biles in over here.
Come on, Charles.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. So last week, Professor Briittany interviewed me. She had some amazing questions.
Yes.
And I didn't feel like I was in a hot seat that I couldn't not answer any of her questions. So I was like, okay, I'm going to return the favor to let our new listeners know who Briittany is, a little bit about her, and also maybe reintroduce to some of our older fans and our older daters and students, who maybe have fell off during a semester or two here now.
Yes. But you didn't withdraw, so I'm very thankful. Charles is thankful that you chose to stay enrolled with Dating University.
Absolutely. Cheers. Yeah, show the merch, baby. Show the merch. I was just about to hit us up. Yes.
Cheers.
Yes, indeed. Because if you would love to help support the show in any capacity, you can always find our merch on our website.
Yep.
It's on the screen there. If you're following us on social media, there are links to everything that we have.
Yes.
Go there right now. All right. So, hey, girl, what's going on with you?
Hi.
How's everything going?
Everything's going well.
Yeah.
Everything's going well. Yeah.
That's grand. That's fantastic, man. I'm glad to see you. Glad to hear from you. Glad to see that you're doing well. You're looking all moisturized and unbothered. You're glowing over there. Like
shea
somebody
butter.
making you happy or something.
Shea butter and good lighting.
I like that one. I'm gonna have to add that to my ad.
Shea butter and good lighting.
I'm gonna have to add that to my drink
Yeah.
water and mind my
And
business.
a good facial cleanser and moisturizer.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
Yep.
indeed. Always wash our face, y'all. Please, Lord,
Always.
please, Lord, wash our face. I saw this video today. It boggled my mind. The dude was, when you in the barber and the barber using the straight razor to, get you lined up real tight. And he was scraping the dude's forehead. And it was just like layer of dead skin coming out. The brother, I'm telling you, he went from Idris Elba to Chico DeBarge. Like, like that's
what?
That's how light the brother
Oh
was.
my goodness.
It was crazy. I'm like, what is going
on? Oh no.
Yeah.
No bueno.
Like, nah, bro. Like, please wash your face. Get an exfoliator. Get a good washcloth or two. I mean,
or just drink a lot of water. Drink a lot of
water.
Water will do wonders for your body.
Flush your kidneys.
Yes, I find that when I drink sodas and juices, it's like boop boop, pimples just come out of nowhere.
Man, yes.
Poopity pop, peep poop, and it's just like they come with a vengeance. Like they're big, they're red, or they're brown, and they leave a mark. And I can't do that.
Right? This is our money maker. We need that.
It is. It is. It is. It is.
Absolutely, man. Okay, so look, I'm not gonna waste your time. We're gonna get right into it, because Briittany is a Janet of all trades. And she has a million things on her plate. So
my goodness.
We ain't gonna keep you here
Thanks.
too long. So, Briittany, tell us, like, what is going on? Like, what since our break, what has been going on? What have you been up to?
Goodness gracious, where do I start? When did we go on break, Charles? June.
See, I think it was like early June,
late May, early June.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I was wrapping up some things with my high school. I'm on the Alumni Association at my high school. I also do Black alumni at my university. I got the chance to make one of my dreams come true. I joined my illustrious sorority that is so near and dear to my heart. Definitely spending more time with dairy, because it was, everything else just tied up my time. So when everything finally wrapped up and came out, I was able to at least breathe, and he was there for me to kind of love on.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's nothing like having somebody that you can, be somebody you can have as a soundboard, as a fit, person, somebody that's going to pour love back into you, because, we work hard.
I worked hard. Yeah. It was, granted, I was busy as hell. I was busy, but it was all worth it. It was all worth it.
That's awesome. That's good, man. Look, busy is good. Busy means there's opportunities. There's it's just a lot of good things that can come from being busy.
Yes.
And having a supportive partner that makes it even better.
Absolutely. So supportive husband, supportive family, supportive friends. They were all supportive. Even you, super supportive.
Well, yeah. Look, I knew what you had to do, and I was just like, well, I'm not going to push.
Yeah, because it was a hard pump the brakes. I got this stuff to do, and that I've waited a lifetime. For this opportunity. So yeah.
No, I'm not going to take you away from your dream, shorty.
Yeah. Life is good.
I promise you that. Okay, so all right, so let's see. First question. How has the idea of love changed during your tenure here at Dating University?
My idea? Oh my gosh, Charles, you start off.
Yeah, I'm coming with the bounds.
My idea of love. Oof. Love, when I was doing the show before the tenure, was just romantic. But given everything that I've gone through, love is so much deeper to me. Love for my husband, sure. But like I said, love for my sorority is so deep. Love for my line sisters is so deep. My sisters, all of the members of that organization is very deep. The love for my family is deep. The love for my friends is deep, deeper, deep end. To have somebody, I'm very present in the people's lives that I interact with. But for a while, I was absent and I had to be because I had things I needed to do. And so for people to be so patient with me and to say, look, I'm here, do what you have to do. Love is so unconditional. And it definitely came out all levels, not just romantic, but, friends, coworkers, associates. Even I had some bouts of reconciliation with people that I fell out with.
Wow,
Man,
that's growth right there when
yeah,
you can like come back from, like you said, a falling out from someone, and
for sure.
you realize how precious and how short life is,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
like you don't want to leave too many regrets on the table,
none.
and it's we talk a lot about burning bridges, be like, man, F that person. I'm out. I don't need them,
Yeah,
But you never know, what life is going to bring to you.
you never know. You never
What
know.
turn is going to take put you back in that person's path, So it's an amazing thing, that growth of love. You went from, like you said, the romantic to more of an agape.
Yeah. I mean, I sleep better. I feel better.
Yeah, yeah,
I
that's
look
awesome.
better.
Hey, listen, when you ain't worried about with somebody, man, listen.
Age wrinkles wear. Age spots wear.
Hmm.
Worry marks wear.
Nah, we don't do that over here.
None.
We don't do that
None.
over here. So,
None.
here's one question. Who has inspired you during this portion of your journey?
Me.
Oh, ooh,
Me.
ooh.
Me.
I'd like to thank me.
Yeah.
Did
Well,
this.
seriously. I like to thank me. What I've accomplished this year came through hard work.
Okay.
It came through hard work, and I had to stay steadfast. I've had many conversations like Issa Rae in Insecure, where she talks to herself in the mirror. I had to have so many talks to myself in the mirror because who's going to be awake at 3 a.m. when I'm not feeling it besides the Lord? I had a lot of reflection time.
What was
I
the hardest
do.
conversation you had to have with yourself?
Don't give up.
Okay.
Don't give up. It seems, far away. It seems so distant, but you're almost there. You're close. You're so close. I do have a mentor that I talk to on a daily, and she's not just, my mentor in the sorority. I have an official mentor, then I have my unofficial one. But then I also call her like my life coach.
Okay.
And her name is Jen Dewberry, and she has just been such an influence, and
Shout
she's
out to
taught
Miss
me,
Dewberry.
yeah, she's taught me so much. She's taught me so much, both in the organization and outside of it as well. She taught me how to network. She taught me how to be diplomatic. She taught me how to be fair. She taught me how to have emotional intelligence, when to speak. She taught me when not to speak and to listen, how to respond with tact and with grace. She taught me how to have a poker face. There are days I may not feel you, but you would never know because
Yeah. Yeah. Don't let them
I
see you
internalized
sweat.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you seen that play out in a practical manner?
absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. The advice and the counsel that I've received from her transcends so many barriers. Personal, professional, it all plays out and it makes sense. And I make sure to give her kudos and her flowers while she's still here. I always give credit where credit is due. Granted, I thank me for sure, but I have to thank her as well.
Yeah, that's so true. It's kind of like, the whole reason why they're doing like the verses, on Instagram
Yeah.
and Triller and everything. It's like, yeah, it's show the people that, gave us this goodness,
Right.
show them they love, so like, yeah,
Yeah.
y'all still matter.
Absolutely. And, I mean, granted, cliche is my mom. My mom,
Mm,
but she's always an inspiration. So
mhm,
that goes
mhm.
without being said.
Yeah, I can dig it. Describe your style.
Girly.
That's just
Girly,
it. Like, just girl.
girly, diva-esque,
Yeah.
girly.
Yeah. You've been like that all your life.
All my life. Sequins, sparkles, pink. I've always loved pink. The reason why I love pink is so shallow, but it has
Mhm.
stuck with me to this day. So I was really chubby when I was in elementary school, and I only remember getting bullied one day, like in my entire life. I remember this vividly because, you know, I'm surrounded by family, and my love language has always been words of affirmation. And my family always made it a point to tell me, "Oh, you're so pretty, you're so cute, you're great, you're amazing." But this one little boy told me I was fat, and
Mm,
I was a whale. And I
mm,
remember coming home crying, and I'm like, "Y'all, I'm fat!" Like, oh my god! And I was wearing this bright pink sweatsuit, and my aunt said, "Ooh, girl, that sweatsuit makes you look skinny." And I remember I'm mid cry. I said, "Really?" And ever since then, pink has always been
and
my
to this
favorite
day,
to
35
this
years,
day. 36 years later.
anytime
Um,
I be like, Brittany, you look good. Really?
yeah, that's where it started. It started with my Auntie Pat. Yeah. She told me I was
Oh my
skinny in a pink
goodness.
sweatsuit. So that's why pink was my favorite color. Always will be. I have such an emotional attachment to that color for
That's
so many
great.
reasons. Hmm.
That's awesome. That's
Hmm.
nothing. Yeah, that's cool that she was able to redirect you
But yeah,
and not let you wallow in that negativity for.
I was low. You would have thought
Mm,
this person told me the worst compliment, the worst insult in the world. But it
wow.
was just your blubber whale, something like that.
Oh my gosh. That's
And
just
I'm like, what fat? But not
like,
anymore.
how dare you? How dare you?
Pink is the new black for me. It slims me out.
There you go. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't
Hmm.
nothing wrong with that. Um, how do you feel about what we're doing with dating university?
We're in a good spot. We're
Mm,
in a good spot. It's funny because people always ask, we get this question so often.
mm.
Do you think you'll lose your following because you both are in committed relationships now? We hear that question all the
All the time
time.
now.
But
All the time.
the same way I feel about men married is the same way I feel about men when I was single.
Facts.
The same way I
Facts.
feel about dating that I'm married is the same way I feel about dating
Hmm.
when I was single. It's the same me.
Hmm.
I will say the same stuff. I'm
Right.
not that far. I'm not that far removed. I refuse to be that person. Now that I've been married almost a year, I'm not going to sit here and preach and teach on marriage. I'm
Right. Like,
learning.
you should do this. You
No,
will never get a ring if you're not.
never. That's not my ministry. That's not my lane. That's not my
No,
ministry.
that's
I'm
not
not
us.
doing that.
That's not
No.
us. We have
Now I
real
do.
conversation.
Right. I do have expertise in dating. I do because I dated a lot. I'm not ashamed to admit that. I dated a lot. I kissed a lot of toads to get to a prince.
Facts.
So I can speak on that, but I would never be that person because I'm now in a marriage that I
Mhm.
know everything about relationships and
No,
marriage.
because no one does.
No one does. Absolutely not. And
No.
while I appreciate these people that have these relationship platforms and they monetize off of their expertise, they have issues too, and they go to somebody.
Mhm.
So it's all cyclical.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
I like
So
it.
we're in a great spot.
I believe
We're in a
so.
great spot.
I
I
think
think we
we're.
have so much vision and clarity.
Mhm. Yeah, I feel like we're in a very good sweet spot, like a launch pad right now. I think
Yes.
that's where we are. Like the first
Yes.
first 4 years was us, just doing the training of how to be an astronaut. We went through the G-force test. I mean, we went through, everything. So that we crept all the way to the launch pad. Now we're on the launch pad. And I think now is definitely going to be a great new season for us. Of like how we're about to hit the next stratosphere. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna ask you a personal question about dating university.
sure.
Why do you do dating university? Like what makes you want to come every Thursday and be like, let's talk about this?
The same level of enthusiasm, Charles, that I have now is
Mm-hmm.
the same enthusiasm that I had when this first started. So I looked at my memories yesterday
Mm-hmm.
and the day before that, and that's when I started my rampage
Yeah.
on dating. I
Okay.
mean, y'all, when I started that rampage, I was doing a lot of oversharing because I had had it with the dating scene. I had been through so much that if one more person tried it with me, I was going to explode. So
Mm.
I needed an outlet. I didn't have a therapist then, so I needed an outlet just to get the words out of my heart and my mind out there into the atmosphere. So I just did a bunch of status updates back to back to back with stuff that I had gone through. And when I saw the overwhelming response from it, that's what made me do Data University when it first started. And then having you come on board to have a different perspective from the man's perspective was even better. So it's just the fact that we can talk about something that everybody can relate to.
Mhm.
Everybody can relate to.
That's facts.
We
That's
talk about stuff that everybody can relate to. It transcends racial barriers. It
right.
transcends age,
Mm-hmm.
sexual orientation.
Mm-hmm.
It's for everyone. And what keeps me going is when people, inbox me or stop me when I'm out and say, I love your show.
Hmm.
I love what y'all discuss. I love what y'all bring. That makes me want to get up and do it some more. It's kind of like when you're at work and you
Mm-hmm.
have your boss that says, good job.
Mm.
Those two words fuel you to
Oh
want to
yeah,
do better,
absolutely.
to be better, to
Yeah.
come back to work the next day to try again.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, that's why.
I love it. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So, all right, now that you're married, is there something that you thought would be major to the marriage that you now realize isn't as major?
No,
Oh,
everything,
so
everything,
nothing's changed. You just went from nothing like
everything is major.
everything.
everything,
Okay.
everything is major. I
Okay.
think what helped the transition is that during the pandemic we were here.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had the pandemic with him.
Yeah.
So things that needed to come out came out
Hmm.
prior to the marriage, more so than during, which is a
Hmm.
relief. Um, that I was raised by a traditional mom in a traditional household. There are some things that, contrary to popular belief, I did change my mind on a lot of things. And as an adult, I'm allowed to do that. I'm very thankful for the opportunity to have lived with Derry a little bit before we got married. I needed that. I needed that.
I think a lot of couples do. Because I think because we so stuck on, and not to harp on anybody who had the traditional lifestyle or childhood and kind of have the same ideas growing up, but I think it has to shift in some sort of way in order to gauge who this person is. you know Back in our grandparents' day and our and some of our parents' day, it was just like, oh, boy meets girl, girl meets boy, and here I'm courting you. And then 6 7 months down the line we're married. We're like, yeah.
Right. Right. Right.
Okay. I
And
mean,
it's
life was a little simpler back then. Like, I get that part. It was all about just trying to make a way, get your slice of an American dream, and raise your family, and
yeah.
try to keep everything. But now you have today, a lot of people have so many different facets to their personality, and their own idiosyncrasies that you got to deal with, their own
Right.
traumas, their own hurts, their own
Yes.
the baggage.
Yeah.
They got previous kids, they got previous marriages. Some of them may still be stuck with an incurable STD. It's a whole lot of things that just was not talked about, that
Sure.
needs to be talked about today.
Yeah.
So, and I think that, like you said, that living with each other's situation like that,
It
that
works
I think
so
that's
well.
huge. I think that is huge.
It's huge. And I think, people have their misconceptions of what cohabitating prior to marriage looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And we can be frank. There are people that think that, oh, you're shacking up. You guys must be engaging in intercourse every 5 seconds and you can't keep your hands off each other. No, I live with him because his internet was better. I wanted to get to know my husband on a spiritual level, his personality, how he was during all of the seasons. I needed to see that. And me not living with him, I wouldn't have seen that.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't have seen some things that I did during all
Mm-hmm.
4 seasons. There's some things that he didn't like about me, and there's some things I didn't like about him. I would not have seen that if I didn't live with him. And if I didn't see those things and he didn't see those things in me, who's to say we'd be married?
Mm-hmm.
We needed to flesh those things out before we said I do.
Y'all hear that?
It wasn't about sex. It wasn't about sex for us.
Exactly.
It wasn't at all. We can be quite frank and I can be open and transparent. That didn't happen.
Right. I mean, you see it every day. People who they look good for the for pictures and everything, but on the inside of the marriage, it's turmoil, it's hurricanes, it's tornadoes every day, and it's like, well, did y'all even really get to know each other beforehand?
Yeah.
And are you open to the idea or are you open to the idea of your partner evolving?
Yeah.
And then them not being the same person that you met, 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to, move with your partner.
Right.
We talk about that all the time here on the show.
All the time. Like I needed to see Derry outside of his happy element. I needed to see him sad.
Yeah.
I needed to see him frustrated. I needed to see him angry. I needed to see him sad.
Yeah.
And he needed to see me in those areas as well so that I could figure out how can I be a good spouse to him.
Mm-hmm.
What are some things that I need to not do? What things should I do? Vice versa. Should I approach her? Should I leave her alone? Like we had to learn each other. And that's what the process was about. So I was very traditional prior to being with Derry. I was so hard pressed on. I would never live with a boyfriend until we got married. And I'm very thankful that I changed and that I grew and that I evolved. I can't live under my mother's doctrines.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that I had to learn throughout this pandemic. I was so dependent on pleasing my mom that I lost myself in that space, a way to kind of have my own mind, my own thought process, allow me to stand on my own 2 feet. So,
man, you out here preaching tonight, girl. Y'all hear that? I'm telling you, y'all can't live under somebody else's own rules, especially if you really don't even live in their house. Like,
right, don't get me wrong, I love my mom, and I've learned so much from her. I respect her, I honor her, but as an adult, I have to live for myself. Because if she weren't here, what would I do? My mom is not going to live always. And that's so daunting to even think or say, but that's the reality of it. And I need to start living for self today.
That is, whew. Man, that we're going to put that on like the school charter.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. What would you change about dating university? And if you have anything, explain.
What would I change about dating university? I would love if we had live shows.
Yes.
I would love if we had like small, intimate live shows. Everything else that we're planning to do. So those things will come out later in the semester. But I would love to have in-person sessions because I feel like there are things that both Professor Charles and I say that would warrant a response from our audience. And I feel like without the camera and without the live, people would be uninhibited and they would be able to be themselves, say what they want to say without judgment, do what they want to do without judgment. And we just talk it out and just rock it out.
That reminds me of our first in-person meeting that what did we call
it? The forum?
Yes, the forum.
That was amazing. It was at Derry's apartment.
Yeah.
That was probably one of my favorite memories of dating university, honestly. Because it was there were different people, and I don't think any of them ever met before.
Mm-hmm.
And so for them to mesh as well as they did, and the fact that we talked about everything under the sun, and we had so many different perspectives. We had a young married couple. We had an open couple. We had single people co-parenting. We had so many different levels and layers of dating and relationships, even people that were just single and out there having fun.
Yeah.
We had toxic relationships. It was just a diverse group of people, and it worked.
Mm-hmm. It really did.
Worked. And nobody was judgmental. Everybody was open. Everybody was just expressing themselves. And it was just a very warm and safe atmosphere.
I agree. Like that was
so bomb.
I can't wait to get back to like doing those. Like maybe like once a month we can maybe do that in some capacity somewhere.
For sure.
Like, I think that would really help like engage more with our fans,
right?
And the fans can engage with us, you know.
Right.
I know sometimes it's a delay between what we say here on live and then what they type and then what shows up on the comments and everything. So I know it's kind of hard sometimes.
Right.
Like you be like, oh, I got this, I gotta say this, I gotta say this. Like yeah, I think that would be something really dope for us to do.
Right.
So if y'all want that, hit us up. Y'all know what to do.
Right. And I'm so sad about, the Delta variant, because thinking about our cookout and being in person, I feel like we take 3 steps forward and we take 4 steps back.
Yeah.
So we just want to keep you all safe.
Yeah. So it's I was thinking about that. I was just like, oh, we're never gonna get this done.
But we can bring back some DU after darks to supplement the cookout.
Yeah, we definitely want to do some DU after dark. So if you're not following us on Instagram, please follow us on Instagram. We are there. So when we do these late night Saturdays where no holds barred comes through. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. We got it in. I was so mad that I was only a part of like one of them, maybe like 2.
Which one?
Of the DU after dark.
Oh yeah, but those DU after darks were they were love. They were again, open atmosphere.
Exactly.
Unfiltered.
Exactly.
Unadulterated.
Yeah. Sorry, D. Yeah, we're gonna slide on the cookout. You know what I'm saying? We just want to
keep people safe.
We gotta keep people safe. You mean we were just getting out the mask. Everybody was like, "Yes, fun."
Right. We can always meet at Linganore and just kind of sit, or go to a park and just kind of sit out. Yeah, something really informal, but having food and stuff and being in close proximity. We don't want anything to happen and our brain be attached to it.
Yeah, no. I ain't going.
Because you can't sue us, because you just can't.
Your decision.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay. Who was your favorite guest or guest host? And no, not her.
I thought you were gonna say the other person. By far Gary.
Okay.
Gary's my favorite. He's my favorite co-host. Yeah. I love the Love Language show. The Love Languages show. I really enjoyed doing that show with both of you, because you both are 2 of my best guy friends. So just to have you both there in one sitting talking about something that's so near and dear to me. Right. And it was such an informative session.
Mm-hmm. He came with notes. He had the note.
He had notes.
He was like, oh, okay.
With a book. I said, wow.
That was such a good time.
Wow. Yeah, that was an amazing time.
We did. I mean, because we were knocking them out back to
back. I know.
I mean, we were just like that whole month, just like all guests.
I couldn't say Ania.
No. I know you was going to say Ania. I wanted to give you a little bit of a challenge, just a little bit of a challenge.
No, I really enjoy Ashley too. Ashley got us to the 3,000 and something mark. Sure. With her show on dating and fashion. She's so fashionable.
She is.
Ashley is so fashionable. And it's hard because when you think about dating, it's all about the impression. It's all
Mm-hmm.
in how you look, and different dates call for different outfits. Like you can't show up to a fancy restaurant wearing Vans and a holy top. You can't
Right.
do that, but that will work at a music festival like Lollapalooza, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So she definitely dropped some knowledge on us.
Yes,
I
he did.
love the dating over 40. I loved having both of our guests on there. So
Yeah, we had a good
all
time.
time favorite would be Gary. Um, the most outlandish guest. This is not a question, but
Mhm.
Carlton by far was the most outlandish guest we've ever had.
He definitely was. I
He
mean,
takes the cake. There
I
will
really,
never be
I
another.
really want to have him back. I really do.
No, at this point, why not? Live, laugh, love. We can.
I mean, 'cause
We can.
he brought something that we never even thought of to the show. Like,
Never. I would love to have him back. I would absolutely love to have Carlton back. So, Carlton, if you ever watch this, I know you never thought the day would come, but we would love you. We would love to have you back on Dating University. I'll probably
ooh, you gotta tag him now because he can be like,
splice.
"What? Nigga?"
I'll say splice this footage and delete
He
it.
gonna be
But
like, "The Negrams want me back."
oh my God, yes, we will have you back one more time for all time's
Oh my
sake.
gosh.
Life is short.
Um, yeah, life is definitely short. Let's see. Oh, I'm getting all sorts of. Your husband is in the group chat right now. He's making all noises.
How dare you?
um, let's see. What's other question? Did that one? Did that one? That one? That one? Okay. All right. Oh, here. Yeah. What makes you upset about the dating slash relationship world?
What makes me upset? Ooh, this would have to be another show in and of itself. The treatment of Black women,
Mm, talk about it.
not the treatment of women, the treatment of Black women makes
Y'all
me
heard
upset.
her. She ain't stutter.
That makes me upset.
Yeah.
That would be a show in and of itself. It would have to be a show. I could go on for hours, but I'll just leave it there.
Yeah.
Um, we yeah. It
Mhm.
it it really it grinds my gears. I'll get a little into it. Even down to our standards, we're criticized for some of the
Mhm.
exact same things that other races of women do.
It's such a weird space that Black women are in.
It's a very weird space.
It's
And
like
it's an
y'all can't
unfair
do
space.
nothing, and then y'all also can't do everything.
Exactly.
And it's just like,
If we speak up for ourselves, we are attitudinal.
yeah,
If we are healing and seem unbothered, then we're emotionless.
right, yeah.
So it's a very weird space for Black women. But um, what makes me happy is our resiliency.
Hmm.
We are very resilient. When we are knocked down, we get up and we come back stronger. We come back better, and we come back wiser.
Hmm.
We don't have a choice.
Yeah,
We don't have a choice.
yeah,
But in dating, the treatment of Black women grinds my gears.
yeah, yeah. It's again, yeah. That would definitely have to be a show. That would
Mhm.
that would definitely have to be a show because
I could go
I have,
on. I could go on, but
yeah, I
it
have
has to be a show.
a lot of opinions on the ashiness that gets brought to your door
Sure.
for absolutely no other reason than somebody wants to hold Black women to some Eurocentric idea of beauty or way of being a human being. It's like, well, dang, I can't be in a predominantly Black space and still be Black. I guess I got to be, I was about to. Whew,
Uh oh. No, it
no,
really
this
it
is not
really
my show.
is.
This is not my show. This is all about you today.
No,
All about-
it's a much needed show, but
yeah,
I need to plan behind the scenes on how to execute it because it needs to be discussed.
yeah. I Yeah, and we'll chit chat after the show tonight.
Yeah.
I already had popped up some ideas in my head that we can get out there, and I think that could honestly probably go viral, like for real.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But that's my only gripe.
Mhm.
That came off top of the dome for my
Mhm.
gripes with the dating scene. Of course, I have others like
Mhm.
unequal double standards, um, unrealistic expectations from men, the minimum input, but expecting the maximum output is always something that grinds my gears. The plethora of good morning texts and WIDs with a lack of substance
It's
will
2021. People say
forever
that.
get on my nerves. That's not conversation. That's a pleasantry. You doing that every day does not. What do you learn from that? Every morning is good. Okay, thank you for the salutation. But what next?
Mhm.
You say that, how are you, but do you really mean that? Like let's do better with dialogue.
Yeah.
Let's do better.
Yeah.
The double standards, we talked about double standards in a previous classroom setting, but we have to go back.
Yeah, buddy.
Latrice, we're definitely covering double standards again because
Yeah.
wow.
Mm.
Whoa. The double standards in dating. Oh my goodness.
On both sides. So
On both sides, absolutely. No, for
I
sure.
mean, not to take away, but I'm just saying it's a lot. It's a
Mm-hmm.
lot, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think that we covered everything in that 1 hour show because we we went off on a couple tangents.
For sure. For
So
sure.
yeah, if we can come back to that, I think that'd be
Yeah.
a
Sure.
nice little show.
Sure.
Um,
I mean, even thinking it to some double standards, I'll even go from something that's unfair on the woman's side. There are some women that are not comfortable dating men that live at home with their parents while they're sleeping on their mom's couch too.
mhm,
You know what I
mhm,
mean? So there are double standards on both ends. I'm not one to say there are not,
right.
but there are some double standards that we must dive in and
Mhm.
expose for the men.
Absolutely.
We have to.
Absolutely. Uh, is there a dream guest you would love to have on Dating University?
Danny Glover.
Oh, sweet. Good night, y'all. Not even
Danny Glover.
camera off.
Danny Glover.
Okay, I guess I left that open. I
You
should have.
did. But you mean like dating and relationship wise?
Yeah, let's add that.
Danny Glover. So, I can't think of anyone that would be a dream guest. Danny Glover is the dream guest.
Gotcha.
But no, I don't
Me too,
have
D.
any.
Me too. I knew she was gonna say that. I was like, God, if she says Danny Glover, I promise you.
I love Danny Glover. It's something about him, y'all. I don't know what it
Somebody
is.
can tag Danny Glover in this video, please.
Seriously. What I love about my friend, seriously, I'm looking at a picture of him now that my husband had framed for me that's autographed. I just love him. Whenever people see him, they tag me. Anita invited me to a Zoom where he was supposed to be a guest host, but of course he didn't show. It's okay. Just the prospect of meeting him had me super excited. But I just love him. I
Get the
love
little
him.
bitch.
But if I could have a dream guest, anyone that could come on the show, all jokes aside, Charlemagne the God.
He would be interesting.
He's super opinionated, and I
Very.
feel like we could go toe to toe, blow for blow a bit.
Yeah, we can definitely have him on there because I got some stuff. I got a couple
have
things.
some questions.
I got a couple things I would like to say to what's his name? What's his real name? I can't remember his real name.
I don't know.
But yeah.
Wendy Williams too. I would love to chop it up with Wendy.
I'll respectfully be out of that episode.
I mean,
Respectfully, because I don't want to have to cuss her out. She came from Auntie Tabby. See, Auntie Tabby, she handled it on some real like chill, like I'm gonna bless you, child, but don't come
Right,
to me no
but
more. But what Steve Harvey say? I ain't saved yet.
Yeah, but that upped her
I'm
stock. That really upped her stock because you saw a different side of her. When faced with adversity and people coming for her, we saw how she reacts to that. So that upped her stock in a lot of people's books. So Wendy, maybe that wasn't such a bad thing she did.
When you said, whoa, wait a minute, hold up.
I'm not saying coming for her was good. I'm not.
No. You are you saying that it upped Wendy
Tabitha's.
Williams stock?
No, Tabitha's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You had me. I was confused for a second. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on.
No, look. When people come for people, the first thing you do is look at the other person like, you gonna let her talk to you like that? What you gonna say? Like they wanted some like super like gut punching clapback, and it wasn't a clapback at all. It was just like, this is my response to you.
Right. I don't know. I still classify it as a clapback, but it was the classiest, most gut wrenching clapback. I mean, you talk about kill a person with kindness. That was the entire definition of how Auntie Tabby came from. I mean, she was just like, pray you find the habit. I was like, damn, I felt that.
It's true. And I feel like it was genuine. I feel like it was genuine.
Yeah, and that's the part. That's the part. She was like, she already like, look, you are not gonna take me out of my zone. I know what my husband and I have. I know what my life is. I know what trajectory we're going. What I choose to do for him, the same thing he chose to do for me.
Exactly.
And that's it. That was. Whew.
Yep.
I need to rewatch that.
I do too. I do too.
All right. Last question, and then I'm gonna let you go. How do you balance all of what you do, including dating university? Like how? Like you got all these plates spinning on the sticks. How do you keep it?
You know what, Charles? I don't know. I really don't. It's not until, so what I do is it's very morbid, but I do it anyways. So anytime I do an accomplishment or I tackle a goal, I always write it down or I type it up like an obituary. It's so morbid. But when you look at all of the things that you have done in your life up until that very point, your life looks so full and it makes you feel accomplished. There are some days during the pandemic where I felt really stuck. I felt like, am I really making my mark on this world? Am I really fulfilling my purpose? Am I really doing what I'm put on this earth to do? I feel like I'm just existing. I don't feel like I'm living. So I sat down, and again, talking to my mentor, she already has stuff laid out. Her, like, this is what I want my obituary to say. And I'm like, wow. Because nobody can tell your story better than you. And so I got down and I really had to, one of the hardest things for me that I had to do was write a biography, write something on myself.
That is the hardest thing to do.
And I'm like, really?
Like, how do you brag on yourself?
Because I'm like, I don't want to over brag, but I need to flex because I do what I do and I do it well. So when I got a chance to, type in everything that I've done up until, I crossed, I said, I really do a lot. And somebody asked me that same question, Charles, how do you balance everything? I just do everything. You make time for what you want to make time for. That's so cliche when I say it, but you honestly do. Even with all of those working pieces and all of those spinning plates, like you said, I always find time to be a daughter, to be a sister, to be an auntie, to be a godmom, to be a friend, to be an employee, to be a sister, to be a sorority sister, to be a co-host, all that stuff. I find time for it all, and I still have time to watch Netflix and chill.
Yeah, buddy.
I don't know how.
Right.
I really look at my schedule like, Brittany, you do a lot, but I still find time for me.
Mm-hmm. I
I
think
know
that's
how to say
okay.
no. I
Yeah.
know. Oh, I know how to say no. You know, I made it a point in 2018. I went to one too many outings that I didn't really want to be there. I didn't really want to be
I
there.
remember that year. I remember that
I
year.
was around people I did not want to be around.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed for longer than I wanted to stay.
Mm-hmm.
And I came home and I felt so empty. I'm like, I could have been doing something a lot more productive with my life. So I said, 2019, I am only showing up to things that I want to go to. I made it very intentional that if I didn't want to go, I just would say no. And I felt that my 2019 was so intentional and I felt so much lighter. I didn't feel like I wasted time because you can't get time back.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I do what I want, when I want, how I want. I learned how to say no.
There you go. There you go. All right. All right. One very, very last little thing.
Okay.
Impart a piece of wisdom to the people. Whatever you want to say. However you want to say it. One little
Like
nugget.
final thoughts.
Your final thought.
My final thoughts to the people. Your happiness matters. Um, at the end of the equation, make sure that you're happy. In the beginning of the day, make sure you're happy. At the end of the day, make sure that you're happy. You were born into this world by yourself. Seeking your own happiness is not selfish. Do not get lost in the happiness of others that you lose your own happiness.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Miss Professor Dr. Reverend Briittany Beverly.
No way, Jose.
No, hold on there.
No way, Jose.
That really ain't my ministry.
No.
Thank you so much
Thanks.
for taking the time out today and enduring the questions and being open, being honest, being candid, being funny, being endearing, being the person that I've grown to know and love.
No.
I appreciate you.
No.
You are the heart and soul of this business. Like you are, like you bring a certain energy that just it can't even be quantified. Like it really can't. Like I appreciate your vision. I appreciate you letting me run with whatever I want to run with.
Always.
Like if I have an idea and I'll text you at like 7 a.m. and be like, yo.
Yeah, you do. I'm like, great.
This is what we're going to do. Like I got a whole other thing that I want to talk to you about.
You don't even have to ask, just do it.
Exactly. You're damn right. So I mean, I really do appreciate you. I appreciate Darius for sharing you with the world. Like, it takes a very confident and secure person to allow their significant other to be as public as we are. And I'm grateful for both of us that we have partners that are like that, and they are super supportive. So
oh my gosh,
Dave, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Darius, again, I appreciate you so much. So yeah, I'm gonna stop gushing because I'm start rambling.
No, gushing is fine. No, this is it's they do have a say in what we do and how we do it. Yes. But I'm very thankful that it never came to a point when they chose not to support it. Mm-hmm. I've had plenty of men say, I don't like that. You have a guy for a co-host, and I've been like, well, toodaloo.
Right.
I've dropped them along the way, but guess what? What's still here?
Us.
Like it'd be one thing if this was like
a fly by night kind of thing.
No, seriously, if Derry were to, one day say, you know what, babe, the show's a lot. And, every week, every Thursday from 7:30 to 9 or 7:30 to 8:30 is a lot. And that cuts into our family time. You know what? It's not even up for debate.
Oh no, absolutely
Because
not.
my husband is my main ministry.
You're damn right.
But
you're damn right.
I
will gladly. I won't say gladly. I would grudgingly.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I would. Me too. I'm like
grudgingly look for somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would do a little ventriloquist, like, whoa,
right. Just have my picture like.
But I'm giving you all kinds of fingers. I'm giving you all kinds of fingers. But at the end of the day, it's a choice, and I'm very thankful that we have the choice of doing what we do without any hesitation, because our spouses do come first, and we make it a priority, and we make it a point to tell them that they are a priority. But there are some people that were just like little flings here and there that had the audacity to say, choose between me or before he even got the sentence out, he was already blocked. So there's that.
Yeah, there's that.
There's that. You hold no weight. You hold no bearings.
Yeah.
You are absolutely nothing. Again, minimum input, expecting maximum output. That's not going to work over here. It's not going to work in dating at all. Stop. Stop with the minimum.
Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for inviting us into your homes, inviting us to your eardrums. We appreciate you. We love you. We thank you so much for being here with us.
Yep.
And supporting us. Every like, every comment, every share, that does not cost a dime, but it means the world to us. When we get people that neither Briittany or I are even connected to comes to the page or the pages, and we're just like, we always like kind of like text each other like, yo, you know this person? Like, no, I don't know that person. Like, what?
Yeah.
We think that's like the coolest thing. So we really appreciate you all taking your time out and listening to us ramble on for about an hour or so every week. So yes, next week we are getting into, oh God, I gotta look at the topics. But yeah, we about to ramp up. We about to push some envelopes open, push them off the table.
Yeah.
Kick them out the door.
Yep.
And then step on them on the way to the car.
Yes. What show do we have Thursday?
I don't know. I have to look at the schedule.
Yeah, we have a schedule. Let me tell you, we have a syllabus in our class. We're not playing, and we're not going off the syllabus.
And now, oh my gosh, listen. All right. I'm so excited. Thank you again to StreamYard for y'all keep adding new features. Like, I love that y'all keep adding new features. So if you want to be a guest on the show and Thursdays are not a good day for you, we can pre-record. Yeah, I'm excited about that. I am very, very, very excited about that.
Yeah.
So if you or somebody else that you know will be a great guest on the show, they have a great story, please, please, please hit us up. Do not, and I say it again, do not inbox our personal page, inbox Dating University, period. If you inbox either one of us, we're going to redirect you and ignore your text. That is all. That is it. Because we both have to be in the loop of what goes on here. But anyway.
He has spoken. He has spoken.
That's all I got to say. Briittany, thank you, love. Everybody have a great night.
Love you all. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Professor Charles. You're the best.
You're the best, Professor Briittany.
Good night.
Good night, y'all.